Okay, so this episode starts off with Tariq getting the re-up, and Brayden like, shit, this is only half of what we usually get. Tariq said, well, yeah, this is all they had, so we gotta make this work. So Brayden like, this is the wrong weekend for that. This is parent weekend. This is a real big event, and we can make money. We need to be selling um powder too. So Tariq said, no, that's not our lane. Like, let's just stick with this. We'll be good. And we see one of the workers pass Brashonda her study guide. And this is what I worry about with um, the course app, the tutoring app. I worry that, like, Brashonda mother, she was there. She grabbed her study guide. So, but what if her mother would have opened the package and seen what was inside? And that's risky. That's risky for a teacher or anybody in administration can do the same thing. I just think that's kind of risky. But then again, what do I know? Anywho, it's Parents Weekend at Stansfield, and Tariq is running late to class. And when he gets there, he's like bombarded with everyone and their parent. And not only is he late, but he's like the odd man out because, of course, none of his parents could be there. But they're breaking down. They're in canonical studies, and they're breaking down the Invisible Man book. And one passage of the book says, I was never more hated than when I tried to be honest. And Professor Jabari asks, well, how do we interpret that, Tariq? And Tariq said, well, I think he's right. That's how life works. People only hear what they want to hear. The truth is usually ugly, and they don't want to hear that. They want to hear their own version of the truth. I agree with this a lot. So here's Lauren Bougier's. I think a mature person is always honest, even if they don't like it. And her mom said, yes, that's right, honey. And Brashonda like, no one is always honest. And Brashonda's mother said, even better answer, baby. Tariq's response rubbed Professor Reynolds the wrong way. And you already know he think he's on to something with Tariq and Mildred. But so he asked Tariq after class, like, that thing that you said about the truth, is that personal? Does that have something to do with your parents? Because it seems kind of personal to you. And Tariq like, no, it was just about the book, nothing more. So Professor Reynolds is like, look, Tariq, I know this hard for you, but you can trust me. I feel like you're holding something back, and you can trust me. And Tariq said, have you read the book? I can't trust nobody with the truth. Okay, next we got 2Bit. And he was released because he held his end of the deal to testify, and the state had to hold theirs and let him go. So he goes over to Spanky's mom's house, which is so cruddy on his behalf. I mean, he's reminding me of Dre right about now. Like, Spanky, I'm sorry, 2Bit never was cruddy, but going up to your best friend who you turned in and told that he was ratting, so you basically got him killed, and you're gonna go up and smile in his mom's face? No, that's cruddy. Anyway, he says that he's sorry for her loss, give her some cash, and told her, if it's anything that you need, I'm here for you. And she like, I heard Spanky was a snitch, and he like, yeah, I heard the same thing, but that same person that told me, let's just say they ain't talking no more. Okay, next up, Zeke comes to see Carrie. So he like, hey, what up, Carrie? And she like, I told you not here, because she's at the office. I told you not here, and it's Professor Milgram when we're here. So he like, cool, whatever. So she like, what's up? So he's saying that he's nervous about the game that's coming up. It's going to be on ESPN. And she said, it shouldn't be. Just act like it's just a regular game. He like, it's not even that. It's the fact that, he got everything depending on his family, his whole family depending on him. And that he just want to make it so they can stop everything, stop working. And Carrie like, okay, I understand. And he said, you know what makes this feel better? If you come see me later on. And she like, I got things to do. And so he said, okay, Miss Carrie. Carrie like, I'll call you. And he like, no, not if I don't call you first. Okay, over to Tariq. Tariq runs into Lauren and her parents. And he like, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Bolden. And they're like, hey, Tariq. Her mom was like, Tariq, I'm surprised I didn't see your parents there. They wouldn't grant your mom release for the weekend. Man, fuck this stuck up bitch. Now, my first thought about this is that Blanca went home and told Lauren's parents that Lauren been, all up in Tariq's face. So that's why they acting like that, because she had to act like that with Tariq. Even Lauren looked at her like, really? And she walked off with Tariq, and they went into his dorm because she invited Tariq to lunch with them. And Tariq said he had to go get something, so they go upstairs, and she like, well, what that was about the other day? And Tariq says, well, look, you had just broke up with your man the other night. I mean, what did you want me to do if I make the first move and I'm an asshole? So Lauren asks, well, why didn't you just say that? It's a knock at the door. And guess who the fuck it is, bitch? It's Effie. And Effie does not wait till Tariq welcomes her in. She just barged her way in and said, what's going on here? Now me, I don't trust motherfucking Effie because of what she did to Tariq the last time. But I do think that she really did like Tariq. So Tariq like, what the fuck are you doing here? And she like, I came to see you actually. So Lauren like, I know what the other night was about. And she doesn't look worth it to me. Effie was like, oh shit, you big man. Tariq said, yo, Lauren, I'm going to catch up with you. And Lauren was like, don't bother. So he like, yo, what the fuck you do that for? Why are you here? So Effie like, the big weekend, Yale versus Stanford, and Stansfield, and she goes to Yale. And she want to come down and make some money. She trying to see what's up. She want Tariq to show her around, show how I move, and they're split 50-50. And Tariq like, to be honest, I ain't doing that no more, Effie. Effie like, you really gonna lie to me? Like, you really hate me that much? Tariq like, no, I'm just out the game and I got papers to do. I hit you up. Now over to 2-Bit. 2-Bit finds his ass down at Stansfield. Now, I don't know who told him that Tariq was at Stansfield. He sees Lauren with her parents and he asks where's the dorm. And Lauren like, you look too young to be anyone's parent. Like, who are you? And he like, no, I'm not a parent. He said, I came to see my cousin Tariq. And she said, okay, we know Tariq. And she shows him where the dorm's at. And she was like, don't be surprised if he too busy. And he like, no, he ain't never too busy for cousin. Okay, Professor Jabari meets up with his agent, his book agent. And his book agent want more of the story of the drug dealing student. And he wants to know how it ends, where does he go? So we see that Jabari is using Tariq in doing plagiarism with his book. Remember, he was stuck on chapter 6 or 9 or something like that when Tariq came in his office. Yeah, he's using this boy. Back over at the dorms, 2-Bit finds Tariq room. And Tariq answered, he like, you remember me? And Tariq like, you look familiar. And 2-Bit just bogart his way in. And he was like, motherfucker, you owe me money. He like, Tariq like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, your father had to deal with me before he died. And just because he died don't make that shit go away. Now you take over the debt. Tariq now has to come up with $25,000 to give to 2-Bit. So 2-Bit won't come and kill his ass. So Tariq goes to meet up with his inheritance lawyer, and he's trying to get the lawyer to front him some money. He like, I'm in trouble. So the lawyer like, what kind of trouble? Do you need to contact the authorities? So Tariq like, no, he just need a little something to hold him over. He really needed, and his grades been good. He was like, I mean, like, you failing one of them. Tariq said, you keeping up with my grades? Yes, he's keeping up with your grades, Tariq, because he needs to know what you're doing and if you're going to get this inheritance or not. But he tells Tariq, like, today you just can't get it. These are the strict rules that your father had in place for you. Tariq then calls his mother and he asks Tasha, like, is there any more safe boxes around? She she like, no, if there was, I would definitely tell you, because you need to pay these lawyers off and shit. And she asked him like, why do you need so much money so fast? And he tells Tasha like, look, I don't want to involve you, Ma. I'm not going to involve you. Tasha told Tariq like, Tariq, I'm always involved. I'm your mother. And she was like, well, I wish I was home that I can just help you. He said, well, look, it's this girl, she crossed me before, but how do I work with someone that I can't trust? And Tasha said, well, when your father cheated, I couldn't trust him anymore. So Tariq was like, facts. She said, well, I did the best next thing. I got him to trust me. And she said that worked like a charm. Okay, so Professor Jabari is going over Tariq essays, and Tariq is writing about, it sounds like Lauren. He's like, it's this girl, and I wouldn't be taking canonical studies without her for real. She cares, and we connect. And this shit has Jabari fucked up. Like, he done broke his goddamn pencil. Jabari is getting me psycho vibes for real. Okay, so Tariq goes over to see Effie. And Effie like, look, you just told me that you weren't in the game no more. Like, what's really the truth? So Tariq like, truth is, my mother trial coming up and shit, and I gotta make this money for it. So Effie like, yeah, I thought it was something like that. But I know that you would tell me the truth, though, being as though that you don't fuck with me like that. And Tariq said, you don't know why, though. Like, I really liked you. I really fucked with you, and then you crossed me. When you tell people the truth, they don't even want to hear it. So Effie like, I want to hear the truth. Tariq said, truth is, I need your help making this money. Effie like, I'm here for you, Reek. Back at Choke, I did what I had to do. I didn't like that shit, but I had to do it. If you ever did something you had to do even though you didn't like it, I feel like you can trust me, Reek. And they get the, kissing and stuff and start to take off their clothes, and Tariq took off his shirt and you can see his gun. And he like, I ain't mean for you to see that. And I feel like it's cool when she pulled out her whip too. She took the guns, put them in a drawer, and grabbed the condom, and they, making love. And just like that, Tariq manipulated that situation to his favor. And he needs to hold Effie like that, because I don't really fully trust Effie. No, you fucked me once, you'll do it again. Back over to creepy ass Jabari. He's over here following Tariq. How he get to know where Tariq exact location is, I don't know. But he's following Tariq. Tariq is going to meet up with Drew to get the re-up. And he follows Drew all the way down to the motel. Meanwhile, the whole time, before they get to the motel, he's texting Mildred to see where she at, thinking they about to meet up at the motel. So when Tariq gets to the motel and he sees Drew, he like, oh shit, this about something else. So he's jotting down everything that Drew and Tariq is saying that he can hear. Jabari creep ass is going to get exactly what he's asking for, exactly, and I hope it's fast. He hears Drew mention something about course correct, and that ring a bell to Jabari, so he writes that down. He's jotting this down. And he hears Tariq like, yeah, that's my shit, and we make a lot of money off of it. And what kind of hearing this man has? He must have super duper hearing senses if he can hear all the way over there what Tariq and Drew is talking about. This is just real phony, this part. Okay, back over at the dorms, Effie comes to see Tariq with that work. And now their greeting is more happy. They're happy to see each other. She kissed him in the mouth. And, she in that space. You know how we women get. A man give us an inch and we'll take a mile. And Effie like, hold up, let's get down to business. So Tariq like, okay, cool. So he telling her, what kind of students to look out for. How to maneuver around campus, and which students will be her best consumers. Okay, Brayden is having mealtime with his family, and his mom and dad is something else. His dad is very flirtatious. His mom is drinking it up, and his brother and sisters are over there being co-cores. And his brother nose is bleeding, so he goes to the bathroom, and Brayden asks his sister, like, where did y'all get that from? So the sister like, nice try, find it on your own. So Brayden now knows that somebody is selling coke on the campus, and he been telling Tyreek that they should sell powder their self. Okay, back over here to old creep ass Jabari. Jabari is now looking up all of Tyreek's family, his father, his mother, Angela, all the mess, everything that's going down. His ass is going to find him in a web of dangerous shit. Okay, over to Kane. Kane crazy asses with the GTG members, and they're gonna send someone in to try to kill Tariq. So they painted the boy face in the school colors, because it's a basketball game. So they painted half his face white and half of it blue, and he has on a Stanfield shirt. They're trying to make him blend in, but if he's going to wear them green shoes, he's going to stand out. Also, the guy's like, now what? Why am I killing this man now again? Okay, like, because he take dinner off our plate, and he said fuck GTG. So the guy said fuck that. And so Lil Guap like, yeah, Lil ass tutor nigga, he taking food off our plate. You gotta go handle that shit. So they give him a knife, and they like, you'll get through the metal detectors with that. And remember, you're on a college campus with a lot of people, so you have to corner him in where there's no witnesses. And he tells him to text me on a burner when it's done. So the guy like, okay, I got you. Okay, over at Tariq's quarters, Effie is there, and they done made 50 bands, so that's 25 apiece. And Tariq like, yeah, I can't believe we made that money that fast. Effie like, when we got a team, we can do that. Like, we should take over all the colleges, go from college to college. And Tariq was like, I ain't think of that. And he's getting a text from Two Bid about his money. So he like, look, I gotta go pay my mom lawyer. So Effie like, look, come on, let's go. He like, nah, let me catch up with you later. He asks, as a matter of fact, how long are you gonna be up here? She like, just till the weekend, but I could stay a couple of more days if you want me to stay. But then again, your roommate might have a problem, being as though he used to like me. Tariq like, yeah, his ex basically moved in. So Effie like, what happened to her? Tariq like, look, I gotta go. He couldn't even get into, it's too much. It's too much to explain. And he don't know if he can really trust her either. So she like, all right, cool. I'll holler at you later. Okay, over at the arena before the game, Carrie walks up on Zeke, and she like, how you doing? He like, I'm fine. I took your advice. I'm cool. And in the mix of them talking, Monet pulls up, and she like, hello. And she looks at Curry like, bitch, who the fuck is you? And Zeke like, on Monet, this is Professor Milgram. He almost said Curry. And Curry like, hi, you should be really proud of your nephew. And Monet like, I am. Curry was like, well, go Stallions, and got the fuck up out of there. Because she know that Monet ain't nothing to fuck with. Just by that look. And Monet is staring Curry ass down, and she walk away. So Monet gives Zeke a Rolex watch that she brought for him. And he like, what this for? And she like, you deserve it. He like, not yet. She like, look, you just do your thing. You deserve it. You got this. Okay, on campus, Brayden meets up with Tariq, and he like, yo, I was just at brunch with the family, and my brother and sisters was high out their mind, and they had some coke. Our outsiders on our turf selling coke. You think it's Effie? Tariq is spinning Brayden now. He like, no, that ain't even our lane. We ain't missing out on nothing, because that's not what we do. We stick to these pills and this weed here. That ain't our lane. Let's not even go there. We good with what we got. Okay, over at the basketball court, we see Zeke. He's warming up, and Zeke sees his family, and then he looks over at the scouts, and the coach told Zeke, like, Zeke, focus. And we see Drew, and he's looking at Edwin, and Edwin looked at him back, and how Kane looked at him at Drew like, yeah, I peeped that. I see you got a little thing out there on the court. And I thought that was so cute. So Kane does know that Drew is gay. Okay, now we see Tariq, and he's entering the arena. He's going through the gates and the security checks and everything, I guess. Or he's just standing around. This is what street people do. They survey their atmosphere, what's going on. And I think Tariq just was peeping out the scene, just observing everyone, around. And he peeped this guy with these highlighter ass tennis shoes. And he looks at him like, yeah, just checking him out. And also, the guy that's the GTG guy, he is peeping Tariq out. So I think that put Tariq on point. Tariq gets inside the gym and he goes down to Monet, and he's like, Mr. Hada, I need more supply. Monet said, yeah, things running a little slow over here too, but I'm going to get with you when I get right. Tariq gets the text from 2-Bit that he's, pulling up. And Tariq like, look, I'm going to the concession stand. Do anyone need something? And Diana said, yeah, I want a water. And Kane gonna say, yeah, grab me some nachos, orange soda, and a pretzel. Tariq looked at him like, yeah, okay. And that's not because Tariq is onto anything right this minute, but you don't be asking no grown man to get you all that bullshit, nigga. Who the fuck you think you are? Tariq makes his way to the concession stand and to meet 2-Bit, and highlighter shoes is right on his ass. So at this point, Tariq knows. Tariq get the running. And I mean, y'all, this running and chasing is so fucking phony because highlighter shoes could have basically reached his arm out at Tariq and caught him. But there, he ran him to the pool, and Tariq is texting 2-Bit, said, meet me at the pool. And I couldn't understand why Tariq did that. Like, he should have stayed where the crowd was at so the boy couldn't do nothing, or he would have obviously, security would have got involved and broke it up. But however, he ran to the pool, and, the guy gets the best of him. Tariq tried to get the pole and hit him, but he missed. And the guy got on top of him. Now he pull out this pick and ready to stab Tariq with it. And here comes 2-Bit saving the day. And he hit the shit out that boy with that pole. Tariq like, let's go. And 2-Bit like, no, he not done yet. And he drowns. 2-Bit drowns highlighter shoe in the pool. And then once he drowned, he just dunked him in the pool. Before the guy goes in the pool, Tariq grabs the boy bag and gets his phone. And Tariq like, yo, they said, did you kill him yet? So 2-Bit takes the phone. He takes the picture of the guy dead, highlighter shoes, and he sent it to the phone. Now, that's some gangster shit. This is how you kill a motherfucker that's trying to kill you. Tariq gives 2-Bit the money that he owes him, and then 2-Bit like, no, the price just went up 20 to 50,000. I just had to help save your life. And my thing is, 2-Bit, okay, is it 20,000 or 50,000? That's a big ass get. And Tariq, yeah, you got to pay that because, yeah, he did come in and save your life. Tariq makes it back to the game and he gives Diana her water, and he told Kane like they was out of everything. And I don't know if that look is like, damn, from Kane, like, damn, you gonna play me like that? You ain't give me back, you ain't give me anything. So, or he's shocked that Tariq's still alive. So now Kane is getting the text that Tariq sent through the pool, through the highlighter shoes. And Kane goes out, he makes a phone call like, whoever this is, when I find you, I'm going to kill you. Now, my thing is, you sent this boy for Tariq. You don't think Tariq has anything to do with why that guy turned up dead? Because my thing is, if you're that mad, like Tariq right there, you sent the boy for Tariq. Obviously, Tariq found out some type of way. And we see that Tariq has, highlighter shoes phone. So he answers the phone, but didn't say nothing. And he heard Kane's voice. So now he thinking that the whole Tejada family, in cahoots with setting him up. And he texts Effie and said, look, I can't meet up with you later. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, at the dorms, Effie was waiting for Tariq on the steps. So Effie probably was in her heart, ready to meet her boo. And she get this side-ass text messages and he's not answering the phone. It raised suspicion to her like he trying to diss her. No, Effie. Tariq is trying to figure out who tried to take his life today. It's too much. He'll meet up with you later. Everything does not have to be about a bitch. Another bitch, another woman. I am a victim of that. Like when I was that age, I thought that way as well. So Braden comes through. He like, hey, Effie, I didn't know you was here. And Effie like, yeah, I was here to support the game. He like, well, the game is being played right now at the gym. She like, no, I'm the one that got played. Braden said, like, what you talking about? She like, your friend Tariq, and Braden said, let me guess, blonde hair, kind of stuck up. And as he's saying that, his sister steps in and she like, come on, we're missing Hamilton, and Dad don't like to be late. Then she like, oh yeah, hey girl, I was looking for you. Like, you got some more of that stuff? And Effie like, just ask your brother's best friend. So now Braden is pissed because Braden been asking about, selling powder, and Tariq been curving him. And now this is another thing that his best friend done kept from him right under his nose. And I feel Braden feel played. Okay, it was a great game. Zeke and them going out to celebrate. And Edwin gets a call from Drew, and he ignores Drew call. Drew calls Zeke's phone. And Zeke like, yeah, we down at the club. Come on down if you can get away from Monet. Edwin peeps this, and he like, look at this shit here. Okay, so the team done found their spot and they taking shots. And some young ladies come over and they ask, didn't I see you on TV? And I think because Zeke got himself a real woman, he felt like he was going to pass him off to his partners. He like, if y'all love me, then show them love. And one wanted to dip out with Edwin. So the teammate like, yo, go on, you ain't get no pussy all year. So Edwin felt like he had to get up and go off with the girl. Drew gets down to the club and he sees Edwin in the crowd dancing with the girl. And so he like, look, I'm going to get some champagne. Y'all don't got no champagne? I'm going to get some champagne. And he meets up in a corner with Edwin. And Edwin like, what's up? Like, I ignored your call for a reason. Look, it's hard being me. And not everyone accepts me for me. You trying to force this on me, and my life is nothing like yours. And Drew said, you just want to hide. So Edwin said, I hide. I do. Okay, I hide. But I am trying my best. I am trying. Okay? Okay, so now they leave in the club, and Drew and Edwin got to talking, and Drew asked about Edwin's family. He said, yeah, my father, he wanted me to go to Yale, so he probably rooted against me today. And Drew said, well, my family ain't the best either. They want me to be something I'm not. And Edwin asked, and what's that? And Drew said, more like them. So the rest of the teammates, they went on running ahead of them, and they run into the GTG gang. Lil Guap then hemmed up Zeke and two other players. And by the time Drew and Edwin hit the corner, they like, whoa, wait. And they run up, and Guap pulled out the gun on Drew. And he like, we take that eye for eye shit serious. So we see that they mad about highlighter shoes got drowned in the pool. And Drew said, look, if you going to do something, do it to me. Because Guap got the gun pointed to Zeke's leg. And Guap like, no, because this'll hurt Monet way more than it would hurt killing her faggot ass son. Yo, Zeke turned into a motherfucking animal. And I don't think it was the fact that he called him a faggot. It was the fact that Lil Guap was about to shoot Zeke in the leg. And Monet don't play about her fucking nephew chances of getting in the NBA. And I think that set Drew off. And he is beating Guap, giving him all he need, and he grabs the gun. And so Zeke, like, he finally came back, because I think Zeke thought he was shot for a minute, because the gun did go off. And Zeke calls Drew name like, Drew, stop. And Drew like, stop. Like, he come back to us. Like, he's back here. He's not blacked out anymore. And he looks over at Edwin, and Edwin just take off running. Edwin probably like, this shit is too much for me. I done heard it all tonight. I couldn't understand why Zeke was mad at Drew. Like, when Drew tried to help him up, he like slapped his hand away. I couldn't understand that. And maybe it was Zeke felt like Drew brought that drama there, but it was Kane all along. I know Monet keeps Zeke out of the family business, but he has to have a clue of what his family is into, unless he's that naive. Okay, Drew makes it home and Monet is pissed. She think, it's all Drew's fault that he was chasing behind Edwin. And, this is the reason why the GTG guys, I guess, caught up with Zeke. And she like, I told you, that's all Zeke got is basketball. That's all this family got is Zeke if this drug shit go left. And Drew like, look, Monet, I'm the one who saved him. If it wasn't for me, his leg would have been shot. And Monet's point is, if you wasn't around him, period, and his friends, they wouldn't have came to them. And really, they would have, because Kane is the reason why they were there. So it is a good thing that Drew was there. Okay, so now Drew goes down to old girl house where Kane be laid up at. And did y'all notice that the house is different? It's the same girl, but it looks like it's a different house than when Diana came down there. But anyhow, he catches up with him down there. And he tells Kane, like, they came, Lil Guap and them came after us for the shit that you put forth. And Kane was like, damn, for real? Did you take care of Lil Guap? And Drew like, no. He was like, this shit on you. And he was like, y'all blame everything on me. First she replaced me with Tariq. And then Dad got me beat up outside the jail. And Drew was like, hold up, wait a minute. I didn't know that happened to you. And Kane like, yeah. And once she found out that I had something to do with Zeke getting hurt, that's it. I'm dead. And Drew was like, well, she know that something happened, but she don't know it's your fault. So you can fix this. And Kane said, how? And he was like, well, you need to kill them motherfuckers. Kane says, say less. Okay, so Tariq hits up Tasha. And he like, Ma. And her heart just start, she goes into mama bear mode, like, what's wrong? He like, somebody try to kill me. She like, who was it? Was them people that you work with? He like, no, I'm trying to keep you out of it. She like, fuck that, I'm in it. Like a mother would. She jumped into a mama bear mode. She said, fuck that, you tell me everything. So she hit Lorenzo up now. Now, Lorenzo was this, shot caller big boss thing. And she went straight to the head. She said, fuck that, you fucking with my own now, motherfucker. And she says to Lorenzo, like, I thought you was a boss. So Lorenzo like, yeah, I am. She said, so you the one who put a hit out on my son's life then. And this gets Lorenzo full attention. So he's sitting up, he listening. And Tasha said, look, let me tell you one motherfucking thing. Y'all making money off my motherfucking son back, and then y'all want to turn around and kill him? You fuck with mine, I will find a way to come and fuck with yours. I swear to God. Okay, so now Lorenzo hit up Monet. And Monet like, look, I got it. I'm gonna take care of his ass. So Drew like, what I do? And Monet like, it's not you, it's your brother. It was a drowning at Stansfield today. They said a boy drowned, but I believe that Kane sent one of them guaps up there to kill Tariq. And then Tariq killed them in return. And Drew agreed. Monet said, and you knew this, and you took the fall instead of trying to prove yourself because it's just easier that way. And this is what great leaders do. Drew said, Ma, Kane is out there taking care of GTG right now. And Monet said, you made that call? And Drew was like, yeah. Monet said, well, that'll be the last thing Kane does for this family. Monet think Kane has gone too far, which he has. He went too far and wilding out over his emotions. Okay, over at the GTG spot, you have the three members. You got Lil Guap and the other two that was with him when they ran down on Zeke and them. And, they pouring out for their soldier. They felt like Kane sent him into an ambush. And the electricity goes out. So, one of the guys go check up to see what's going on. And Kane, he shoots him right there, kills him. Body drop. And it's the silencer on there. So then he takes out the next dude. And then now it's a little guap left. And he like, look, I'm going to spare you, but you're going to give me 50% off everything. I don't care if you moving weight or hitting licks. I want 50%. Lil Guap like, 50%? He said, yeah, nigga. And put the gun to his head like, that's what I say. Oh, you even dead right now? He's like, okay, chill, 50%. And Kane hits Lil Guap, with the pistol. He said that's for injuring Zeke. This is a big mistake. He's seen this happen before, with Monet, and he let it ride, and look what happened. And they still disrespecting the Tejada family. Tejada family is looking like some bitches. And for Kane to spare him, like, that's kind of, I'm side-eyeing Kane. Like, you going against your family again. They told you to take him out, and you let this nigga live. And Zeke found his way over to Milgram's apartment. And, he needs a real woman to tell all his problems to. And I believe that Zeke is going to go up to that apartment, and he's going to, let it all out. Even I do think at this point, Zeke is naive. He don't know the seriousness of his family business. And once he start opening up to Milgram is going to put it together, and she's going to know. Just one look at Monet, you can tell this bitch ain't about no motherfucking, she ain't no joke. She ain't nothing to fuck with. Yeah, Milgram is going to find herself up Shit's Creek too. Kane makes it back over to Monet's, and he meets Diana at the door. And Diana like, hey, what's up? At the door, not letting him in. He like, Diana asks him, she like, you heard what happened to Zeke? And he like, I took care of GTG. Like, they, I didn't send them for Zeke. And Diana said, well, you did send them for Tariq, didn't you? And she said, Monet is done with you now. Kane, like, y'all choosing Tariq over me now? Yo, tell her that I need to talk to her. It's hot up in these streets and I don't have nowhere to go. Diana, like, you know damn well that ain't up to me now. She hands Kane a wad of cash, and she's like, be careful out there and get out the city. Now, where the fuck is crazy psycho ass gonna go? That's his city. As Kane is leaving, he sees Monet in the window, and, she looked down at him and, like, shake her head and close the window, so Kane spit at her. So it's on now. Back at the dorms, Brayden is in his dorm, and he's playing a game. And Tariq walked through the door like, yo, bro, what the fuck? I was calling you like 10 times and you ain't answer the phone. And Brayden was like, I know. Tariq like, bro, you good? I was right about you. And Brayden went the fuck off. He said, no, the fuck I'm not good. You lied to me about not knowing that Effie was down here. You side hustled a deal with her and did it without me. And Tariq like, no, my mom in court. He like, look, I want to hear that shit anymore. You could have came to me about that, but you lied to me. So Tariq like, I would have, but I can't trust you if you have like Rowley in here. I don't trust you. Trust a bitch like that? I can't trust you. You so into her that you don't even care about the app no more. So Brayden said, well, you run the app with Effie then. Tariq like, no, I ain't tell her shit about that. Brayden like, no, it ain't no more business anymore. Okay, back over to creep ass Jabari, and we see him downloading Course Correct, Tariq app. I guess he's like, his agent want to see more about the story, so he's trying to he's going to do plagiarism, following Tariq around and recording Tariq's real life story. Tariq meets up with Monet, and it looks like they're meeting at like a harbor or something with, people out. It's broad daylight. And so Monet like, you don't trust me. And Tariq like, you can't kill me in broad daylight. You go to jail, get caught. Monet said, it wasn't me. That was Kane all on his own. And Tariq said, well, why should I believe that? She said, because if I wanted you dead, you'll be dead. Tariq like, look, I don't fuck with none of y'all. And y'all can just stay away from me and we'll keep it at that. Monet was like, I understand and I will feel the same way. Kane was all the way wrong for what he did. I don't even trust him. And because of what he did, he's no longer a part of this family. Tariq said, well, Kane, your blood. You ain't going to turn your back on him. And Monet said, and your mother made it very clear that she ain't going to turn your back on hers. Monet explains to Tariq, like, look, I know the game. If somebody is trying to come after your life, you got to do what you got to do to protect yours. And I won't hold that against you. But I better not find out that you plotting against my son. because I'm going to come after you. You then will leave me no choice but to protect what's mine. Tyreek like, my mom called. And she like, yeah, she called Lorenzo, but she can't ever do that again. And Tyreek said, and Kane can't ever come for me again. Tyreek and Monet comes to an understanding. And Tyreek like, look, I'm out of work. You got that work? And she like, I got you. And that's where the episode ends. I really enjoyed this episode. I really did. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And I'll see you on the next review.